Here are some solving inequality problems and then putting them on a number line. Some extra practice. So if you want to pause each time and copy the problem and then try it on your own, and then you can go back and check yourself with my work. So first of all, you treat it like an equation to begin with, and let's get n by itself. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides, if it helps to separate the sides. So now that's gone. The negative 3n drops down, greater than or equal to negative 59 plus 2 is a negative 57. And I'm making sure my answers are right. Okay, so now we're dividing by negative 3. When you divide by a negative number, this is the only tricky part with these. When you're dividing by negative, here or here, this sign has to flip. So these cancel in. This becomes a less than or equal to, and then the answer is a 19 positive, because a negative divided by negative is a positive. So on your number line, you're going to have 19. Here's 20, 21, 18, and so forth. 17. So since there's an equal sign, this circle is at 19 and it's filled in because of the equal sign. And then this is less than, so you shade to the left. Less than. Any number equal to or less than 19. Number 2, this bothers people sometimes because there's a fraction. Let's just get rid of that fraction to begin with. So we're going to multiply both sides by 2. That gets rid of that denominator. So now you have b plus 7 is less than 6 times 2 is 12. Now you just solve it, subtract 7 from both sides. That's gone. B is less than, no equal to, less than 5. So again, on your number line, 4, 5, 6, 7. The circle is on 5, but it's open, not colored in, because there's no equal sign. And again, it's less than, so you shade to the left. Example 3. Again, pause if you'd like. I'm going to treat it like a regular equation to start with. Draw my little line to separate the sides. The opposite of minus 4 is plus 4. So this is gone. So we have a negative 7x is less than or equal to 49. Then we divide both sides by negative 7. Here it is again. You're dividing by a negative, so that sign has to flip. That's your special rule here. So x, instead of less than or equal to, now it's greater than or equal to, and 49 divided by negative 7 is a negative 7. So for your number line, be careful with your negatives. If this is a negative 7, this will be a negative 6. This will be a negative 5. Remember, you go in the opposite direction. So it's a closed circle because there's an equal sign. And it says greater than, or it's pointed this direction, so you know that it's anything to the right. A hint is, if you have the variable on the left side, whichever way the arrow is pointing, that's how you should shade on this end. 4. Here's another fraction again. Let's get rid of that denominator by multiplying everything in the problem by 2. 2 times 1 is 2, plus these 2 cancel, so we have an r by itself, less than or equal to 3 times 2 is 6. Get rid of the 2, it's a positive, so we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. R is less than or equal to 4. Number line, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2. It has an equal sign, so the dot is at 4 and it's colored in when there's an equal sign, and then we're going left for less than. Okay, 2 more examples. 5. Again, we're treating these like regular equations. up until the end when we have to plot them on the number line. Another fraction, let's get rid of that denominator. Multiply everything in the problem by 3. So that gets rid of that. So now we have x minus 3 times 2 is 6, greater than or equal to negative 21. So now we're going to just solve it like normal. Add 6 to both sides. That's gone. X is greater than or equal to a negative 15. Negative 21 plus 6, negative 15. So here's our number line. Again, be careful with your negatives. So if this is a negative 15, this is a negative 14, this is a negative 13, negative 16, negative 17. And it's going to be a solid dot at negative 15 because it has an equal sign. So we color in the dot on the number line. And then it's greater than, so we shade to the right. Again, this means you could plug in up here the number 15 or, negative 15 or negative 14 or negative 13 or 0 or 5 or 10 or 20, any of those numbers, and plug it in and work it out, and you're going to get greater than or equal to a negative 7. Any of those numbers work, including the negative 15. And then here's our last one. It's ready to work. Add 7 to both sides. That's gone. Negative 8n is greater than negative 151 minus 7, 144. And then divided by the negative 8. Here we go again. Divided by negative. When that happens, that should be a sign for you that you have to flip the inequality. Sorry about that. So that's gone. So now you have n instead of greater than. It should be less than. Negative divided by negative is a positive, and that's going to be an 18. So here's my number line. I'm going to put 18 somewhere in the middle. Here's a 19. Here's a 20. Here's a 17. Here's a 16. Now there's no equal sign, so it's got to be open. Remember, we flipped the sign, so now it's less than, so shaded this way. Any number in this shaded area would work. Not 18, because it's open. Couldn't use 18. We could use 17, 16, 15, 14, 10, on and on and on. If you plugged it in there, worked it out, those numbers would work. Not 18, but anything less than 18 would work.